What's going on, everyone? So today we're bringing a deck that, well, I think is one of the most controversial leaders of set 3. There are a lot of people who think he's going to be one of the best, like me, and there's a lot of people who think he's just unplayable and absolute trash. So we're going to try him out today and just give him a little test run and see what he looks like, right? So before we do that and play some games, go through the deck tech, big thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. And also, I have a TCG player link in the description down below. Be sure to use it for all your Star Wars Unlimited card needs. Let's talk Yoda and what we're trying to do today. So Yoda here has this action. If a unit left play this phase, draw a card, then put a card from your hand on the top or bottom of your deck, which is kind of cool. Gives you a little bit of card selection, not card advantage, just card selection, which is nice in certain situations when you're trying to look for specific cards, especially in a more soft control deck, which Yoda is. But realistically, the reason why that is important is because of his flip side. So on the flip side, Yoda is a 4/9 with Restore 2, and when you deploy him for 7 resources, you may discard a card from your deck. And if you do, you can defeat an enemy non-leader unit that costs the same or less than the discarded card. So the idea here is you have an expensive play, you use this action, you put a card on top of your deck, and you're able to go ahead and defeat something that ideally you've set up for, right? Your opponent plays a big unit, you put your U-Wing reinforcement on top of your deck, and you discard it, and suddenly you can kill something. That's the type of thing that you're trying to do with Yoda. Now, what we're trying to do here is do a little bit of ramping. We got resupply in here. Really, that's our only ramp option. But just kind of survive with restoring and controlling the board and getting us to the point where we can go ahead and leverage Yoda's ability. So we got a couple of different ways to trade off with units, restore a bunch, and do kind of the soft control thing. We have a lot of different removal options, including some new cards like Hello There. We have Vigilance, Takedowns, Fell the Dragons, Rivals Falls, Traitoresses, etc. But realistically, the new cards in the deck are Hello There, Yoda himself, and one copy of the Zillow Beast. We're just trying this out, see how it feels if we ever even get the option. We're going to see if Yoda himself can actually do some work and is actually able to recover, because we're going to be on the back foot since he does deploy a little bit later in most of these games. So let's see what we can do with Yoda. And for the games today, we are going to be on Force Table. I know some people have had some criticisms about Force Table, and to be completely fair, I've mentioned this before, we are playing against AI. So there are going to be plays that, are a little bit sketchy. I would love to play on Carabas, but they have not added the cards to Carabas. And for Tabletop Simulator, it's a little bit harder to get a matchup, especially when, I'm recording it. So people don't really want to be recorded when they're playing Tabletop Simulator unless you're specifically, up at 3 a.m. and I'm up at 3 a.m. and recording when I don't have, the kids up and all that type of stuff. So we're on Force Table. So I apologize if anyone is looking for something like Carabas, but hopefully in the next couple of days or so, we'll be able to actually get access to that. But we're going to get a little bit of a taste today. Let's go ahead and run it against the Sabine Green as we have been doing and see what we can do. We got ourselves, pretty, not an amazing hand. I think we can mulligan for something a little bit better. Maybe something with an earlier play. This looks like a really nice hand. I'm going to go to resource the Chewbacca and Reinforcement Walker, but we get to start ourselves off with Battlefield Marine, which is a nice little play that hopefully will dwarf one of their plays. And it looks like they ended up going with Sabine Wren here, which is really nice because now we can resource this Restored Arc. We get to kill their Sabine Wren here, use Yoda's action, and go ahead and, we can kill one of their units or just play a Yoda. I think what we want to do is just stall. Actually, you know what? I don't even care about using Yoda's action here. I'd rather just go ahead and ignore that and just play a restoring unit. I think that's a little bit more valuable. Got ourselves a resupply here, but I think I'd rather get down Kanan. I think I'm just going to go ahead and attack into their base with Yoda. They got a K2. They're going to ECL it out, kill my Battlefield Marine, do some damage to our base. Totally fine. I'm just going to play out that Kanan as I mentioned. That K2 is going to do a little bit of work. They're going to get a lot of damage in. This is the kind of the Sabine flip turn. They ECL at the K2. They're going to do a decent chunk, hit us for 3 there. And we're going to hope that we can kind of recover here in the following turns. Got ourselves, again, the hello there and the resupply. We're going to start off by just attacking the K2 with Kanan. Discard an opponent's card from their deck. Go ahead and get that Cassian out of here. Wing Leader. Okay, they're going to pump up that red 3. So we're going to restore 2 here with the Yoda. They're going to get in some damage. We're going to resupply here. And then they're going to go ahead and hit in with Sabine. Let's go ahead and take initiative. Ooh, they've got themselves a Green Squadron A-Wing. We've got a Zillo Beast here. Let's go to resource the, what's it called? The Arc 170. And we got to figure out what we want to start with. So this is the Yoda flip turn. We have a lot of power in our hand. We got Luke's, we got Vigilances, which can heal us for 5. Kanan and Yoda both can heal us for a decent chunk. I think our best option is just to go ahead and play Vigilance this turn. Yoda's going to be able to restore. Red 3 is going to attack. It's going to get in for 5. Almost unavoidable. But I think if they have like Rebel Assault, so they hit us for 6, technically they just kill us if we don't restore. So I think we just have to start off with a Kanan attack here. Discard something, we end up healing 2, which is nice. Kanan's going to die. Sabine's going to die. They're going to attack us with red 3. And now what we can do is either play Luke or Vigilance. Luke's going to give us more restoring in the long run. But I think that we are just forced to go ahead and play Vigilance here for the heal 5 and defeat a unit, which is going to be that A-Wing. So we're going to defeat that A-Wing. They're going to attack for 3. We are then going to attack their base for 2 just to restore 2 here. They're going to play a Cassian, which is going to be readied up. So now what we can do is use the action ability with Yoda. We can go ahead and put a resupply on top of our deck. We then can go ahead and flip Yoda, discard, defeat the red 3, and then we get to go ahead and attack the Cassian and also restore 2. So that's really, really nice. And then we pass. Fel the Dragon, Reinforcement Walker, both pretty solid. I think Zillo Beast is going to be pretty terrible here. Timely Intervention, Sundari Peacekeeper, not exactly an amazing play. They're going to hit the Yoda. This definitely should have been an attack with the Cassian, in my opinion. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and attack into their Cassian for 2, get the restore 2 going. We should have been at like 24 damage here. Simply because they should have attacked with Cassian, and then we were restored 2, so we would have been down to 22, then we went up to 24 again. We would have played the Reinforcement Walker most likely, and then healed another 3, which would have been pretty nice. But I think the game's kind of completely under our control now. Once I go ahead and get down this Reinforcement Walker or play a Luke Skywalker, I think in this spot, I'm just going to go ahead and play Luke just to kill the Wing Leader. And they've got Ketsu, but now the game it's over. There's not really anything they can do. We're just going to go ahead and attack into their Ketsu with Luke. Get that restore 3 going. We have a Reinforcement Walker, as I mentioned. We can go ahead and take down, actually, the Cassian. They're going to hit us for a little bit. We can't play anything else, but there's no reason to not just kill the Cassian and start restoring more and more and just get out of the danger zone, right? Let's resource the Fel the Dragon. Sure, doesn't really matter. Again, the game is over here. They can go ahead and discard something to kill, but that doesn't really matter. We'll just go ahead and attack their base. Fel the Dragon, the Wrecker, and then play out the Kanan. And that's going to be the end of the game. Next turn. So Yoda, we're able to survive. And then Yoda's flip, dealing damage, restoring more. Oh, more, I guess, not going to be able to close out the game this turn because of the ECL K2. or the timely intervention K2. We're going to restore 2 again, but we're out of range of anything, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just go ahead and play whatever. We'll just heal more. As I was saying, we were able to kind of recover. Again, that's the whole point of Yoda. We stall out, we got the restoring going, and then as soon as Yoda comes out, he wipes something, he attacks something else, and he's able to go ahead and restore as well to keep us in the game. So that's exactly what Yoda is trying to do. Let's try that again, restart the game, see what we're able to do here in game number 2. They're going to resource or mulligan here. I think this hand's pretty okay. I'm not going to mulligan this. I'm going to resource this Redemption and this Rival's Fall. I'm just going to go ahead and start off with a Queel. They're going to deal 1 damage to each base. Just going to play that Queel. They got a Ketsu. We're going to take initiative. Battlefield Marine, going to go resource that. Let's go ahead and attack into their Ketsu with Queel. Discard a Vigilance. That's totally fine. Would have loved to draw a card, but that's okay. Sundari Peacekeeper. They got their own Sundari Peacekeeper. Let's take initiative. Resupply. Looking pretty good here, actually. So let's go ahead and attack into their Sundari Peacekeeper. I know we don't get the full restore value, but this allows us to go ahead and, well, just get some extra value by only taking 1 damage on our Sundari Peacekeeper. I think in that spot, a normal player would have gone ahead and killed the Sundari Peacekeeper because red 3 allows Sundari Peacekeeper to attack for 4. And then their Sundari Peacekeeper would have lived. So I think that was probably not something that a normal player would have done. Let's go ahead and attack into their Sundari Peacekeeper, restore 2. They're going to attack him with Sabine. That makes sense. We would play Vigilance here. I'm going to go ahead and heal, defeat, heal 5, defeat the red 3. They're going to attack in for 2. I'm going to go ahead and use Yoda's action. We'll go ahead and put the, what's it called? The Arc 170 on the bottom of the deck. Let's go ahead and resource this Yoda. And I think in this spot, I am just going to go ahead and fell the dragon, the Podameron. And then they're going to attack with the Sabine Wren, which normally I think a player would have attacked with a Spec Force Soldier. So we'll restore 2. They're going to red 3. That's fine. Let's go ahead and play the Sundari Peacekeeper. They've got a Cassian. And now we get to go ahead and use Yoda's action. Put the Traitorous on top. Flip Yoda. Discard. Kill the red 3. And then attack into Sabine and restore 2 more. And let's pass. And now we've got a lot of different options. We got Vigilance now. We've got U-Wing reinforcements. They're going to Darksaber. That's fine. I think we just go ahead and kill the Sabine with Yoda and just trade off. Oh, I miscounted. It's actually not going to trade off, but they're going to attack it with the Cassian, which is totally fine. Definitely getting a little bit more value from the Sundari Peacekeeper than we probably should have. But we can go ahead and play the U-Wing reinforcements here and see what we get. Got ourselves a Luke Skywalker. Love that. Just going to grab that one, kill their A-Wing. And now, again, the game is over. I'm not going to play the rest of this out. This one's definitely over. I have a million restore. I haven't done any damage. I got Fell the Dragon Vigilance in the hand. That one is completely over. So, pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and play one more game against Sabine Green. I haven't felt like we've been completely overwhelmed at any point, but we've had some pretty good turn ones. Let's go ahead and see if we can mulligan into a better hand. Okay, I don't mind this one. Let's go ahead and resource this Restored Arc and probably the Rival's Fall. They're going to use the Sabine action. Let's go ahead and play out the Battlefield Marine. They got a Sabine Wren. Let's take initiative. And I'll go ahead and resource the Resupply. So I could attack the Sabine, but I think normally what an opponent would have done is just go ahead and play Sabine and then use Sabine's action if they didn't want to go into Space Arena. So what I'm going to do is play as if Sabine would have gone ahead and gotten an attack. So let's go ahead and pass here. They're going to attack. They're going to hit our base. They're going to for a cause, which is not a great play. And then we would have attacked their Sabine, or they could have attacked the Battlefield Marine. It depends on kind of what they wanted to do. But I think that was a pretty reasonable kind of couple of situations. Echo Base Defender, I'll go ahead and put that on bottom, looking for something a little bit more strong. Hello There is a great card. Another U-Wing Reinforcements I can go ahead and put into the resource pile, so we can go Restored Arc plus Hello There. They're going to ECL out, kill Battlefield Marine, which is totally fine. Let's go ahead and play Restored Arc. Deal a damage to each base. I'm going to go ahead and play that Hello There so I can kill the Sabine. They're going to deploy Sabine. I'm going to use Yoda's action. We can always go ahead and resource whatever we draw. I do want Vigilance and U-Wing Reinforcements, so I'm okay with keeping those. They're going to play another Sabine. That's the third one. All right. Let's go to resource this Kanan. I think I'm just going to play the Vigilance here and kill the Sabine and heal 5. Let's go heal 5, defeat the other Sabine. They're going to play another For a Cause, get some damage in. And then we're going to attack into their base for 2, restore 1. They're going to attack us for 3, and then we're going to take initiative. There's a resupply, and we got ourselves a Luke. So I think what we want to do is just... play U-Wing Reinforcement over Luke. And the reason being is we can potentially get a lot of Sentinels, or we can end up in a spot where we just grab like a Kanan and a Sundari Peacekeeper, which is totally fine. But the idea here is if a unit leaves play, we can go ahead and use Yoda's action. So if they ever ECL wreck or anything like that, if they had it, then we can always go ahead and kind of recuperate. But it looks like we're not going to be able to have a unit leave. So let's just go ahead and flip Yoda. And this is a spot where we might not actually kill anything. We ended up flipping a Fel the Dragon. Most of our cards in our deck are 4 or more, so it's not super surprising to see that happen. We get to go ahead and kill the K2, and then we get to go ahead and attack Sabine. And again, the game feels completely over. So a really nice one. Again, not going to play this one out. We have 4 restore units on the battlefield, and we have a Luke in hand. Definitely going to be game winning. So definitely, I think if the opponent would have used some of their attacks a little bit more intelligently, I think we could have been in a little bit of a tougher spot, but not bad. Again, what I'm comparing to is not how well they, I'm winning every game against Sabine Green. It's how I see the deck compared to the other options I'm testing against the AI, if that makes sense. And, so far, pretty good. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and run it up against Boss Green here. Got ourselves not a great hand. I think I can mulligan this for something a little bit better. I don't mind not having a turn 1 play against this deck, but we ended up with a pretty solid one. I actually don't mind this hand at all. I'm going to go and resource the Sundari Peacekeeper and the Concord Dawn Interceptors. Queel as a turn 1 play is excellent. Love that. They go for Dengar. We're going to take initiative, and they've got nothing. So we're going to go resource this Chewbacca, double vigilance in hand. Let's go ahead and just attack into their Dengar with this Queel. Restore 1, discard another Queel, it looks like, and then they're going to go ahead and put Price on your head on my Queel and deal a damage to get another resource. And then we get to go ahead and use Yoda's action. And I do want to use it here because I have a lot of expensive cards, and I am looking for a little bit of a cheaper play. That was a nice draw. Ended up getting a Kanan. Don't mind that one at all. They're going to get down Bosk. We're going to go ahead and play that Kanan. They're going to attack into our base for 4. We're going to take initiative. They got Reputable Hunter and a Price on your head. All right. So here, let's resource. Okay, do we want to go Vigilance? Or do we want to go Echo Base plus Yoda? I think we want to go Vigilance this turn. And I think the way we want to do it is attacking their Reputable Hunter with Kanan. Got ourselves an IG from them, which is totally fine. They're going to Overwhelming Barrage. Okay, so they're going to double resource, which is kind of rough. kind of rough. Let's go ahead and now play the Echo Base instead. So now they're going to deal 4 to Bosk. We're going to go ahead and use the action ability with Yoda. Got ourselves another Ewing reinforcements. Actually, can I undo? Aw. I wanted to go ahead and put the Vigilance actually on bottom. But that's okay. Vigilance, we don't really need it because we're not in desperate need of any sort of healing. Let's go ahead and play the Ewing reinforcements. Let's start building a board here. Got ourselves a Luke. Can grab Battlefield Marine, double restored arc. I'll just grab the Luke, to be honest. Hoping for something a little bit more interesting. Let's go ahead and use the action from Yoda. We can put the Yoda back on top, and then we can flip Yoda. Discard a card to kill their phase 3. And now, again, we feel like we're closing the game pretty quickly here. We've got another Luke in hand. We got ourselves another Ewing reinforcement. I can go and resource the Sundari Peacekeeper. I got Rivals Fall for whatever they play. It looks pretty nice for us here. They got a lot of resources, and they did claim a couple bounties, but we look to be in an amazing spot right now. There's a Maul. They're going to trade. Totally fine. Let's go ahead and attack in with Yoda. Hit their base for another 4. They've got nothing, so we just play Ewing reinforcements. And let's see what we grab. We can grab another Luke. We can grab double Echo Base. I guess we'll just grab double Echo Base. And that's going to be the game. Don't really see my opponent doing anything here. They can go out and kill a Echo Base, but that's fine. That's not really relevant. Overwhelming Barrage. Okay. They're doing some stuffs. They're doing some stuffs for sure, but it's not like it matters at all. We just play Luke. And, oh, well, that wasn't Luke, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. They got a Maul. Well, I guess they're going to stall out the game a little bit longer. Sure. Let's go and play Luke. Kill the Maul. They play a unit. We get to take initiative, and we kill off the game. All right. Let's go ahead and run that back against Bosk. See if we can see some more promising stuff. Not going to mulligan this one. I don't mind this one at all. Let's resource the Battlefield Marine and Restored Arc. Again, love me a Queel on turn 1. They got a Silencer. Let's take initiative. And, ooh, hello there. Not a bad play. I think I'll resource the Ewing reinforcement. I think I'm just going to start off by attacking with Queel. I know I could wait to try to like let them attack and then do stuff, but maybe I could draw something. I'm gonna go and play the Sundari Peacekeeper. Rather just get the Restorer out. They're gonna open fire. We draw another Ewing reinforcement and another Luke. I'm gonna resource that Luke. I'm gonna go ahead and attack in with the Sundari Peacekeeper. Just get that Restore 2 going. Timely Intervention, Dengar, huh? Okay, well, this game is pretty bad. They definitely should not have done that. Our opponent does not know how to use that one, but that's okay. We're just going to keep going. Let's go ahead and play out the Battlefield Marine and just keep deploying to our board. Take initiative. Oh, well, I guess they wanted to go ahead and kill, draw 2 with Bosk, I suppose. I don't know. That's just a bad play. Let's just go ahead and attack in with the Battlefield Marine. Attack in with a Sundari Peacekeeper. Get some restoring going yet again. Punishing one. I think I'll just go ahead and hello there on the punishing one. They're going to put another bounty on. They're going to go ahead and deal 1 to get a Bounty Hunter's Quarry trigger. They get a phase 3 Dark Trooper, which is nice. They're going to attack in with Bosk. Hit our base for 4. And, I probably should have used Yoda's action there. I would have had to wait, I suppose, but yeah, probably worthwhile. Echo Base and Resupply looks to be what I want to go with this turn. So we're going to go ahead and kill the phase 3 Dark Trooper. And what's interesting about this is my opponent, we're going to go to play the Resupply. My opponent's got a Kylo's Silencer, which means any card from my deck is going to be able to kill it. Let's go ahead and then play the Echo Base. They've got a Toro. I'm going to go ahead and use Yoda's action. I'll go ahead and put the takedown on top. I'll go ahead and use Yoda to deploy, discard, kill the silencer, and then I'm going to hit Bosk for 4. Get some restoring going. I keep clicking the wrong thing. I don't know how to go back on Force Table when I click with Yoda, but they're going to go to deal 2 damage with the Ruthless Raider. I'm going to go ahead and attack and kill Bosk here with the Echo Base. They're going to hit Yoda. I am just going to attack their base for 4. They're going to kill Yoda with the Super Laser Technician. I'm going to go ahead and play Luke, kill their Ruthless Raider. They're going to play Dengar. They get to ready the Toro again. I'm going to take initiative. They're going to hit me for 3. We'll go ahead and resource this Kanan. And then I'm just going to attack their base for a whopping 6 points. Restore 3. They're going to trade or hit my Luke for some damage. We're going to go U-Wing reinforcements, see what we grab. Just a Kanan. Totally fine. And we can use the Yoda's action. Yeah, let's go ahead and put the resupply on bottom. They got another Dengar. They can ready up Toro again. Nice. They'll trade there. And then we got the Dengar or the Kanan to finish off the game. Okay. So pretty nice yet again. Again, a lot of value from Yoda. It's just a way to kind of recover on the battlefield. Then you use your Lukes, your reinforcement walkers, and that type of stuff to kind of close out the game. I think the biggest weakness of this deck is the fact that, and we'll run it against a Palpatine deck. Why not? See what our AI can do on Palpatine. The biggest weakness is not having an amazing win the game closing condition. Not going to mulligan this. Let's go and resource the Rival's Fall and the Chewbacca. I'm going to go and play a space unit. They've got a Lothal Insurgent, and we're going to take initiative. Traitorous, huh? I do like Traitorous in this matchup. I'm going to go and attack with the Restored Arc here. And we're going to see what my opponent's got. They're going to attack in for 3. I'm going to play Resupply. Village Protectors, huh? All right, let's take initiative. Battlefield Marine can go ahead and be resourced here. Actually, you know what? We're going to resource the Yoda because I can go 4 resource play and 2 resource play next turn. I'm just going to play the Traitorous on the Village Protectors. They can no good to me dead it for 4 resources. Yeah, our opponent probably doesn't know how to use Palpatine as the AI. This is definitely going to be an awkward one. I was a little bit curious on whether or not the AI is going to use Palpatine, but I think this is just way too complicated for the AI. So definitely Palpatine is going to be absolutely dominated here, which I think is not necessarily always the case. But yeah, they're playing the client when they could have just attacked with Lothal Insurgent, got it killed, flipped Palpatine, ended up restoring some HP. So now they're not even attacking in because I just have this Sentinel, I guess, which means that we can just go ahead and play Kanan, play Battlefield Marine, and completely dominate the board. And now, I mean, we're going to have a Yoda flip this turn alongside Luke or U-Wing reinforcements. I really don't know how my opponent's going to do anything here. So let's go ahead and attack into their Village Protectors. Sure thing. Let's go ahead and attack into their Village Protectors again. Now they're going to attack my Village Protectors with their Lothal Insurgent. We get to go ahead and play Luke. Kill the client. They play Queel. So now we get to go ahead and deploy Yoda. Any card off the top of my deck is going to kill Queel. They're going to heal. And I mean, the game's over. We don't even need to play through this one. The game is completely over. So Palpatine, not exactly the thing that our opponent wants to be doing. Let's go ahead and try one more. Let's try it against traditional Boba Green. I don't think Boba Green is usually well played by the AI, but you know, why not run it against them? So I like the resupply. I'm going to go to resource or mulligan this one because I would love to have an earlier option. Looks like we didn't get it. So I'm going to go to resource the Concord Dawn Interceptors and the Sidari Peacekeeper, because I'm going to go resupply turn 2 here. So I'm just going to take initiative. They're going to go Bazine. They take Kanan. I think a normal player would have taken the resupply. So I'm just going to resource it. Just to kind of, again, play with what I think a normal player would do. So now they got Cloud Rider to kill my Queel. This is totally reasonable. A couple of options here. Let's go ahead and use Yoda's action because we are looking for something a little bit stronger. Don't want the Restored Arc. Happy I used that action. Let's take initiative. They got a Salacious Crumb. We got ourselves Echo-based Defender and Yoda. We can take down one of these, but I think I'd rather just play the Echo-based Defender out. Okay, so they're going to resupply. They're going to go ahead and sacrifice both units into the Echo-based Defender, which is definitely not a good play because they're going to attack it with Boba Fett. They're going to Bazine again, take the Rival's Fall. Yeah, we just have a bunch of removal in hand. Triple Fell the Dragon, huh? Okay, let's just pass. And then let's pass again. And then let's pass again. Salacious Crumb. Let's pass again. They're going to take initiative, so the game turn is over. Pretty weak plays from us. Definitely an awkward hand where our opponent has a bunch of mediocre options, and, well, nothing really is happening. Let's go ahead and play Battlefield Marine here. Fett's Fire Spray comes down. We got Fell the Dragons for days for that. Let's just go ahead and kill that. Then we get to go ahead and take initiative. And now we can go ahead and resource this Queel. I'll go ahead and attack into Boba Fett here. Just get rid of it. They're going to attack. I'm going to go ahead and use the action from Yoda. We got a Kanan. I'll go ahead and put Kanan on top. It's not going to kill a lot, but it'll kill some. So let's go ahead and use Yoda. I will just go ahead and discard to kill their Salacious Crumb. They got 7 Fleet Defender. Let's go ahead and attack, kill their Bazine. And this restore is really nice. They're going to Overwhelming Barrage, hit Yoda for 5. We get to go ahead and play Luke, kill the 7th Fleet. And we're going to pass. Got ourselves a couple hello there's. Take down Fell the Dragon. Nice little suite of removal options available to us. Let's go ahead and attack into their base. Yoda having Restore 2 is really, really big. It is really big. It looks like our opponent has had a little bit of awkwardness here in the late stages of the game. I'm actually going to go ahead and play out the Kanan. And I will go ahead and actually hello there one of these Super Laser Technicians just so I can keep Yoda alive. Yes, they get an extra resource, but it doesn't really matter at this stage of the game. Let's resource this resupply. They get Overwhelming Barrage. Well, I tried to avoid that, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and attack into their base for 4. End up healing 1. They get to go on and kill. Oh, they're going to hit the Luke. We're going to hit their base for 6. Restore 3. They're going to take initiative, so we're just going to go ahead and drop in the Yoda. Pass. Don't need to resource anything. Got a lot of restores there. They're going to Bosk, kill the Kanan. I'm just going to go ahead and hit their base for 6. We got a Maklunki. Ooh, nice. Okay. So now they can go ahead and Bosk again. I'm going to go ahead and hit their base for 2. So now we get to go ahead and draw a card. Ooh, and look at that. We got Ewing reinforcements. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. And I don't mind grabbing Luke here. And then we get to go ahead and play the Restored Arc, which is in a separate arena, so it's very unlikely for our opponents to deal with it. And look at that. Pretty nice one. Don't think our opponent made like exceptional plays at all or anything like that. I don't think the AI generally plays Bulba Green. I think the AI only really plays Sabine Green to a not even necessarily a reasonable level, but it's definitely the best deck that they could play. I think that this deck ended up showing up and doing some decent work. Again, Yoda is all about trying to go ahead and flip and recover at that point. It does play all the soft control things. And if you're used to playing soft control, you'll note that, well, you're trying to survive until your leader flip. And it definitely can be tough in some matchups, but we have a lot of restore available to us. We have the new hello there. And, well, Yoda himself can help you dig towards certain cards that you want, which can be somewhat nice, like a little bit of a bonus. But overall, the thing that's really crucial is the fact that he's got Restore 2 alongside the fact that he can kill something when he comes down, which is really important. With all that said, let's just go over the deck real briefly here at the end of the video. So overall, what have I been impressed with in terms of Yoda? Well, this is just one version of Yoda. This is Yoda Green. It's going to be a little bit more focused on getting Yoda out and ending the game with like Yoda reinforcements and things like that. I've played double blue Yoda, which I've actually found to be potentially a little bit better because we're just going all in on the controlling strategy. And that's going to be pretty important to play 4-cost vigilance so you can actually stay in the game. There's also like Yoda red, Yoda yellow, and there's other options there as well, which can be pretty fun. I think the strength of Yoda is his flip. If you're able to survive to the flip, you're going to do pretty well most of the time. It's just a matter of, are you going to get to the flip of Yoda in a reasonable condition, right? It actually does pretty well against Sabine. I have tried it against some other players on Tabletop Simulator in the traditional Sabine Green, and it does do pretty well. Hello There actually works really, really well against certain cards, but also just getting down things like Takedown and Traitorous as you're normally against Sabine Green, and then using those to take on other units and things like that. You're able to get to Yoda and you're able to recover in most games as you got so much restore. Not only with Yoda, but also with Yoda unit, Queels, Restored Arcs, Sidari Peacekeepers, Kanans, Lukes, Reinforcement Walkers, Redemptions, etc. So definitely give this a try for yourself. Play against some players in person if you can. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all for the next one.